to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
Ebro in the Morning, Laura Stiles, Rosenberg. Give it up for Jay Ellis, our guy back on the program again. Jay Ellis is now executive producing movies. He is not just getting back together with Issa Rae on Insecure. It's much more than that. Jay Ellis, serious business, man. I didn't know you was in the movie making business.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is a newer thing. This is the first movie I made on this side of the camera. And, you know, it was an amazing experience to be able to tell a story. You know, the writer is actually a young black dude from Brooklyn. It's the first script he ever wrote. Director is a young Nigerian man from Houston. First movie he ever directed.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Obviously, we got a dope cast. You know, it was a chance to really kind of take a step back, see how the sausage gets made, if you will, and also be able to tell a really dope story with people who look like me.
Yeah, no, the movie is presented by Amazon Studios. It's called Black Box. It'll be available on Amazon Prime on, is it today? October 6th. Right now. Everybody stuck at the crib, go watch Black Box on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, man. They actually do this thing where they actually put it out the day before, but they don't tell you it comes out until the next day. So it was actually on last night. So people were hitting me all last night like, hey, the movie is on, or 2 days ago now. The movie is on. But yeah, man, it's today. Amazon.
How do you feel about where we are in terms of movie consumption, based not only on the streaming stuff that we were dealing with before, but of course now that for most Americans going to the theater isn't even really a plausible option?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I think, you know, my guess is we're probably seeing a pattern of behavior that probably won't change that much going into the future. I think not only because we still have the uncertainty around COVID, but I think, you know, it's nice to be at home and be cozy and be on the couch. You know what I'm saying?
And roll something,
I don't have pants on right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Me neither.
Like it's easy, you know, and it's I still look professional right now, minus the torture chamber that Rosenberg called out. But no, I think, you know, listen, I think streaming gives a lot of people opportunities, right? Because all the platforms need content and they need a lot of content. So it gives a lot of young filmmakers, writers, actors, it's giving them opportunities to make stuff. So I think that's amazing. I love the theater experience. You know, I hope it comes back.
I will miss that. If that's really not a thing anymore, like, yes, I get annoyed at the prices and the concession prices and all that, but it is an experience for a big-time movie to show up to the theater.
It is, especially like if you think back, I mean, I don't know how old you are, but like I think back to like my childhood. I remember going to see Jurassic Park. I remember going to see Boys in the Hood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many movies that my entire experience or part of the reason I fell in love with them was watching them with a group of people who appreciated the movie in the same way that I did.
I never forget when the blood showed up in Boys in the Hood and all the Crips in the movie theater I was in started throwing up gang signs, and then a dude got beat up in the front. It was a great time.
Oh, man. Good times.
Great times.
It's a great
shut
time.
down I remember they shut down that theater. That was nice. No, but for me, I remember Independence Day.
Yeah.
I saw that at the Uptown in D.C., which is a thing. The Uptown's thing, monster screen. And that moment when Will Smith reaches in and punches the alien and is like, welcome to Earth, and the whole place starts cheering, like, it's a different kind of experience, you know?
Yeah. I hope it comes back, man. I mean, you know, I was fortunate enough to be in this movie Top Gun. Maverick was a sequel to the original with Tom.
Whoa.
It's supposed to come out this summer.
Oh, you just throwing that out there real quick?
Whoa.
Hold on. Let me drop this for y'all real quick.
Yo, that was so, Ebro, that was one of the illest drops I've ever seen. I was in a little movie called Top Gun.
Yo, well, we was just talking, but how we were talking about an experience, and then he was like, you know what, hold on, something fell out my pocket. Oh, that's Tom Cruise.
Yeah, you may remember this experience from the mid-'80s. It was called Top Gun. We bringing that back with my guy, Tom.
Wait, so wait, who are you in Top Gun?
So Maverick is back, Tom is back, and he's training a whole new group of pilots. So I'm one of the pilots.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us this right now. I hear Tom Cruise is supposed to be the nicest guy in all of Hollywood. Is Tom Cruise as great as he's described?
True story, bro.
Like, I hear it's unreal. Like, you're like, are you real life? Well,
true story. I'll tell you this: you'll get a birthday text he texted me the day my daughter was born. Sent gifts to the baby shower.
Wow.
He was on set. He was absolutely unreal. Like, he was super giving of his time. If you ask him a question about A Few Good Men, he'll tell you the first time he met Jack Nicholson and the first time they read lines together. If you ask him about Jerry Maguire, he'll tell you what made him come up with, dancing and Show Me the Money. And he'll tell you, what made Saul Goodman when he started like ticking and doing the dance in the movie. Like, he tells you any story from his career and also like wants you to be your best, you know what I'm saying? And like was super supportive of us and making sure that we had everything we need to go fly and be in this, in these jets for the first time in our lives, you know what I mean? And he was great, man. He was a mentor. Real talk.
That's amazing. Well, first and foremost, congratulations, not only on what you just announced. I don't know if that's public information, but thank you for sharing it with us, but also on being executive producer of this Black Box. Was this a part of your dream as an actor in getting into this game of being able not only to be in front of the camera but behind?
I think it's become a part of my dream for sure. You know what I mean? I think I like to think that I'll never stop dreaming, that dreams kind of evolve and they grow, and as I get a little bit older and start to see a little bit more, I want to be involved in different ways. And, I always say that, like, I started my production company, my business partner and I, we started our production company because, we wanted to take worlds that people think they knew, tilt them on their axis and show you that world from a completely different point of view and show you that world with storytellers, writers, directors, actors who typically don't get to tell those stories, right? It's usually somebody else telling the stories, and we're third, fourth, fifth, sixth on the call sheet. And this gave us an opportunity to not only make the actors, Black actors prominent in this movie and them the movie, but it also gave us an opportunity to make the writers and directors stand out just as much. And our DP. Our DP was a Latino woman. This is the first movie that she's ever DP'd. We did it across the board.
Black Box on Amazon Prime, which is about some futuristic mental technology that helps a guy get his memory back after some traumatic accident. Am I telling the synopsis right?
Yeah. So basically, our lead of the film, Nolan, was involved in a car accident where he essentially, from the moment of the car accident backwards, he lost all of his memory. So he's been going through all these treatments, trying to get his memory back, because the fact that he's lost his memory is kind of putting in jeopardy him being able to raise his daughter successfully. So he decides to take this experimental treatment by this doctor, Dr. Brooks, who's played by the fabulous and the national treasure that is Felicia Rashad.
Claire Huxtable, what up?
Yeah. She gonna blow your mind when you see this, man. She brought it. And so anyway, he starts going to do these treatments, and she's supposed to help him get his memory back. But what you slowly start to uncover is that there's something there that he didn't realize.
Black Box on Amazon Prime. Now, Lawrence, let's talk.
Let's go.
Let's talk.
Laura, you've been quiet. Here you go.
I'm like, let's get to the important stuff now.
Go ahead, Laura.
For real. No, let me ask you a question. Were you just as surprised as the rest of us with the season finale? Like, did you know it was gonna go down like that? Because we're so emotionally invested in Insecure, it's crazy. When I go online and I read the amount of tweets and the devastation and the heartbreak in these stories, like it's so bonkers to me because I can relate. I'm like, when I was watching it, my mouth was on the floor like, no, this can't be. So tell me about you coming back full force as your character and reading the end of this. Well, not the end, but the season finale.
I mean, it might be the end for Lawrence in a different way. We don't know. But, we do the table reads. Episode 8 is written while we're shooting. And usually it's written by Issa. So we usually, by the time we start shooting, I'd say the first 6, we did 10 last year. So the first 6, 7 episodes are written by the time we start shooting. So we typically table read all those and we know what's happening by the time we actually start. But the last 2 episodes, definitely the last episode, we don't read that Joker until a week before we start shooting it. So nobody knows what's happening.
Right.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Yo.
You guys.
Well, and The roller coaster you must be on at not only in this job, right? Because how many times have people hated your guts?
I mean, we've talked. This is what our whole last interview was about.
But then but then it was like, oh, Lawrence, they're good.
And
Like,
they're rooting
okay,
for you.
okay, all right, Lawrence, you was in good graces, and then
it's a roller coaster, man. I think that's what what I love about the show, and what I love about like what Issa and Prentice, our showrunner, and all the writers have created is like, Laura, it's like you said, like you're so emotionally invested. You love them, then you hate them, and then you want them to do better, and then you ride for them, and then you're like, no, but I see it from his side, and then you know what I mean. And I think when you look at the last few bits of that season and you watch Issa and Lawrence almost fall in love when they go on that long night together, and then you see them the next day, they on the couch smashing and eating and doing work together, and then to come full circle to Condola's surprise, it's just constantly playing with your emotions. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you,
but they do a great job of it.
Because you're clearly a fan of the show, not just working on the show. You're a fan like all of us. What do you want to see happen with this whole scenario? Like not even for your own, income to stay, to stay on the show, because Lawrence might get killed off in another way.
Oh,
but
God.
I'm saying, like, as a fan of the show, like, what would make you just like engaged as a watcher, as a viewer?
I mean, I would like to. I'd like to see him try to make it work. I mean, there's something about, I would like to see what Lawrence is like as a dad. Clearly, it doesn't seem like him and Condola are going to be together, at least from the way that ended. So, I'd like to see what that co-parenting thing kind of looks like with them. But then also, what does that mean for Issa? And like, does he have Issa around the baby? Does Issa want to be around the baby? Is she changing diapers? Is she not changing diapers? You know what I'm saying? Does
Condola even want her around the baby? Because Condola and Issa was cool. It was all cool.
Yeah,
and then it wasn't cool.
Not no more.
Can it be? But why couldn't it be cool again?
Hey, listen. What was the show? What was the show that was on UPN? Will Smith had
Red Table Talk.
No. The one where
it sounds like Red Table Talk.
It sounds like Lawrence is in an entanglement. This is an entanglement.
He definitely is. He is an entanglement.
Yo,
I don't know, man. I would like to see them try to figure it out. I do think this. Look,
all of us. There you
go. All of us. That was the name of that show. That's what this was, right? It was, he had remarried and the baby's mom was still in the life, and they was all of us was friends. You know what I'm saying? Why not?
I mean, it's very modern, and it happens. It definitely happens.
It's real life. How did you take in the Emmys? And were you happy for Schitt's Creek? And you're like, yo, one night we'll have our night where we clean up everything and get our flowers? Because this was the end of the run for Schitt's Creek. Or at a certain point where you like, all right, enough with the Schitt's Creek.
You guys are going to take everything?
I definitely was like, okay.
Because we felt like that.
All
we were like,
right, y'all fucking
I didn't even think it was possible. I didn't even think... I was like, yo, is it a rule against this? Like, is it possible to be able to take all of them? I mean, look, I think I'll say this. This is real talk. Like, we were so happy to be together. You know what I'm saying? Because we are a family and we truly do love each other. So for us to be able to get dressed up for the Emmys at Sophie Stadium, ain't nobody even been in there but the Rams and the Chargers and us. Like, we the only people been in that stadium, on the field, running around, playing imaginary football in tuxedos and gowns. Like, in a lot of ways, that was a win for us. Like, it's just been so long since we had group interaction and human connection like that, with friends and loved ones. Like, that was a win. But, hell yeah, we would have loved to have won for sure. But I think we're also, watching what Schitt's Creek did, which is an amazing show. I went back and watched it once they got nominated because I really didn't know a lot about the show. But, going back and watching and seeing what they were able to do is inspiring. I mean, it does,
it
I
is
think,
funny. Yeah, it's a good show.
Well, they also started with nothing. We weren't able to watch.
When you see what that show started with, like, they had like 2 sets in the first season, like literally 2 sets. Like, we could build 2 sets right now. You know what I mean? Like, and be done by noon LA time and ready to go. Like, it's just crazy that they were able to do what they were. And so I will say it's super inspiration. I think Dan Levy is like, a classy dude. You know what I mean? I think, he sent us a shout out and showed love. And I think it was his time. He didn't have to do that. And I think that was a super classy thing to do.
Y'all will get that moment. It always seems like the Emmys more than any other award show, because series are honored as years go on. A lot of time towards the end of the run, they kind of pour on the praise. And I do feel like the trajectory of Insecure is going from cute to really good quality, high-level show. Like, I think that's the perception of Insecure. This is a cool thing that people haven't seen before, to not only is it that, but it's just an awesome, respected show. So I assume that night will come where you guys all get your flowers. But
if it
I was
don't,
just
we
curious.
just gonna all walk on stage and just start taking trophies.
Do it.
You know what I'm saying? Kanye.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna let y'all finish, but Insecure. Yo, this is Jay Ellis, man. Congrats again, bro. Thanks for coming back on the program and sharing with us. Go check out Black Box on Amazon Prime right now, and we will talk to you, I'm sure, again soon on your next. So, how many projects a year for y'all? Like, are they easier to move now? Like, how often are we going to be up here talking about a new Jay Ellis executive produced film?
Calendars, I think, have gotten worse with all of this, because now, I think so many productions have been held off for a minute. So I don't know, man. We go back to Insecure in January. We'll film starting in January through the spring. So, hopefully we'll be out by the end of next year. Don't quote me because I don't know, but there's that. And then, I'm working on a bunch of other stuff as a producer, development, writing, directing, acting, all kinds of stuff, man. So
when does Maverick? When does the Top Gun joint come out?
Right now it's July 3rd.
Ooh,
Nice.
We coming for that Independence Day spot, baby.
There you go. That's the spot.
Nice.
That's the spot.
Yeah,
do it.
Congrats, man.
Congrats.
Jay Ellis, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Appreciate y'all.
All right,
Take
man.
care, man.
All right.